Good morning, good morning. How is everyone today? Let me just get this on my laptop and I'll be right with you guys. Okay, I think here I am and we are the right way up. That is always a bonus. So who we got here? I'm right on time today. So let's see, slowly as people start joining. So how is everybody doing? How is everybody's week going? Albeit it's still only Tuesday. We had a bunch of snow last week, but we are back to kind of normal temperatures, if you will. No snow, the snow is clearing up, so that is good. So who do we have watching here? I see one person has joined. And let's see if I can't get this into a bigger screen so I can see what's going on. Oh, we got a few people. Well, make sure you say hi. I'm going to put a little bit of a disclaimer out there this morning before I start, and Dali already knows this. I can honestly say this is probably the first Facebook Live that I really didn't get enough time to prepare for. So this truly is just grabbing some stuff. This was something that I did in a mixed media class, and I had a lot of people comment on it and say it looks like a great start, a beginner's mixed media project. And I said, yes, it was. It's a very straightforward beginners mixed media project, and they were wondering, as a few people are starting to now really get on this mixed media trend, especially here in North America. I mean, Europe's a way ahead of us, always is. So I said, yeah, I don't mind doing a Facebook Live on this. So last night at about 11 o'clock, when I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do, I've decided on this guy right here. And it's my Wolf Pip Art stamp with Stamperia rice paper and Pent Art crackle paste. And the reason I didn't get really time to prepare was simply because Friday I had my flu shot. And I went with my mum and dad, and I don't know, I'm usually not scared of needles, and I've been through my fair share of surgical stuff, so I shouldn't be scared, but for some reason I was just really scared. Anyway, my dad went first and then my mum, but the funny thing was the power had gone out, and it was like 3 blind mice going down the corridors to get to the doctor's office. And then we got squandered into this little storage area because it was the only room that had natural light coming into it. So we were in there like sardines, and it was just like jab, jab, jab. And that was it. We then waited 10 minutes. Anyway, so much for me being scared. It must have been my intuition telling me something was off. So mum and dad are doing fine. We were concerned about them the most. We thought, good morning, Sandra. Hi, Di. We were concerned more about mum and dad getting a little bit sick, but no, guess what? And you probably hear it in my voice. I'm the one that had the reaction to the flu shot. So I've actually been under the weather quite a bit, actually. I was quite surprised. Today I'm actually on my back to getting to normal, but my voice is still a little bit off. So really that's the only reason I can say to you 11 o'clock at night, was a bit of panic. What am I going to do tomorrow? But then I remembered I had lots of requests for this. So this is what I'm going to do today. But we are going to totally wing it because I think I've got everything I need. You guys know me. I'm always usually pretty organized. But today, this is what I did. Everything is just dumped in a box, which I think I might need. I think I might need it. Because, you know, it's been a while since I did this one. And that's it really. So that's my disclaimer today. I'm a little bit off, or my colours aren't working as well as they should. I'm blaming it on my flu shot. Okay, so let's get started. Am I very quiet? I'm not sure why I'm quiet, Di. Is it better now? Am I louder? So this is a very simple, I'll try and speak up, okay, Di? This is a very, very simple, straightforward beginner's canvas. It really is. So simple and such simple techniques. I've seen Kasha do it and I just loved that technique. She did it years ago. And yeah, so I was inspired by her for sure. And it's using the Pip Art wolf stamp. And today what we're going to do is I'm just going to change it up. So I've got two different canvases. I'm going to do it with my Pip Art bear stamp. Now these stamps are distress stamps. So even though you see the images in there, know that when you stamp them, thanks Di, know that they are gonna stamp distressed, okay? So they're not they're not a clear, crisp stamp. So this was using the fox and this is using the bear today. And along with the bear, I'm going to use the Becky Cedon Make Christmas Memories stencil because it works really well with this bear. And what else are we going to be using today? Well, I'll just go through my little pot here. Well, let's talk about the Distress Oxides that I've played with. Distress Oxide Vintage Photo. This is for the new canvas. On that one I used only Vintage Photo for the wolf. I'm not sure if I'm using it in this one. We've got Faded Jeans Distress Oxide. We've got Tumbled Glass Distress Oxide. We've got Distress Ink Black Suit. So that's it for the Distress Inks. I'm also going to be using some StazOn. And hopefully that will keep everything nice and crisp and clear on there for the stars. And in terms of products, like I said, I've picked up a whole bunch of products. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to use, but I will go through them. It all depends how it comes about. I've got the Pentot Snow Crystal Paste with the matching Snow Crystal pen. And I've got the Ice Crystal Paste with the matching Ice Crystal pen. Let's see, what else do I have in here? White acrylic paint, which I'll put there. My 3D varnish. I'm not sure what I need that for yet. My Pentot decoupage varnish and glue. Of course, Crackling Primer and Crackling Paste by Pentart. Hi, Terry. And we've got two of the Pentart glitters. We've got rainbow and we've got silver. So, like I said, today is just a mishmash of products I picked up that I thought I could use. And now when I'm looking at it, I'm thinking I could have picked up a black 3D pen for the eye of the bear. So, oh, and also, what else are we using that's important is, I'm going to use this rice paper by Stampiri. It's an A3 DFSA 3071. So DFSA 3071. And I apologize in advance if my voice cracks up a little bit. Due to, I'm going to blame it on my flu shot. But here you go. So this is what we made, and we're going to change this up, and we're going to use the bear instead. So again, this is a back to basic beginners mixed media canvas with crackle paste. It's always good to go back to the basics. And I like it when people request that because it takes me back and lets me play again too without overthinking something. And this canvas is definitely that. Don't overthink it. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is decoupage. Hi Min, how are you? Okay, so I'm going to be using, instead of a round canvas, a oval canvas. Thank you, Wendy, for my oval canvases. I'm so blessed. I have so many people always on the lookout for things for me. So this is DFSA 3071. I actually sold out of these last night. This is my last one. I don't know if somebody had their spidey senses going. I was going to use this, but either way, I've got some more on order. But I do just love this, and I love the size of this. So this is already primered. As you know, I always say make sure it's going to be white on the background for this to show. So I'm going to actually just cut this down the middle. I'm not sure which way I'm going to use my canvas. Like I said, definitely did not really prep what I was going to do today due to not feeling well. But I'm on the mend. First time I've ever had an allergic reaction to the flu shot. I've had to get it many years in my field of work with the hospital and the government. I've always had to have a flu shot. I haven't had a choice. And I've always been good up until this one time. So, let me find a decent brush here. This one looks decent enough. And let's go ahead and decoupage. We all know how to decoupage, don't we? We always start off in one area. Oh, where's that Delvinder? And then just come and put this down. Okay, so that's how you want to start off. And then I like to just flip it over like this and then just work my way down. So this is a Pentart Matte Decoupage Medium. As you know, there's 3 types. This one is for canvases, card making, wood, everything that would not use material or glass. There's a ceramic decoupage that is used for glass by Pentart, and then there's a textile decoupage for all you quilters out there that is used for fabric or, you know, canvas bags. You don't have to be a quilter. So again, bring that down and just, you can ensure you're taking your bubbles out as you go along, just like this. Okay. This oval canvas is, I don't know if it's bigger than my round one. I don't think so. Just the shape. Probably in size, it's probably about the same. I feel like I haven't been working with rice paper for a bit lately. I don't know why. Well, maybe I have. I'm just doing so many other things that I don't even realize it. As I say, take your time at home. And it does have a gloss to it, so you can see where you've put it down. I'm just making sure I get it down. Now you don't want to put too much on because you don't want everything to get goopy and then it to saturate into the rice paper, because what will happen, that's when you start getting all those bubbles. I just want a nice thin layer, as you can see that I'm doing here. Now, even though you can massage out the bubbles, it's always nice to do it so you don't get the bubbles in the first place. But, you know, it takes practice just knowing how much to put down. But you do just want really a very thin layer. Okay, so I'm just going to bring that down. As you can see, there's no creases. And there is no bubbles in this, so I'm very fortunate. The next thing that you want to do, once you've done your top layer, is to come over with a layer on top. And then that will seal your canvas, okay? But as you can see, there's no, oh, I can see them now. there is a bubble in there. So I'm just going to pull that back. So much for that, hey? There's no bubble, she says. But I could see a little bit there where there was. Okay, so there we go. It's nice and very smooth. It's such a beautiful rice paper. So the next step that you want to do is you now just want to come over the top of this just to seal it. And if this, you do have bubbles at this point, or you have like a hairline kind of crease, all you want to do is take your finger and you can just massage it out. I recommend doing this anyway because it just seals everything down. Makes it even smoother. And you're going to do the same thing like you did at the bottom. Just come down, put some down, come down and put some down, and just massage it out with your finger. And you guys know me, there's no right or wrong way. Hi Jill, there's no right or wrong way, but I always like to tend to go in one direction. But I mean, you could do this if you really wanted to, but I don't know, it's just me. Okay, there you have it. So while I'm just gonna massage this out, and I did want to mention a few things, which I totally forgot, blame it on the flu shot. Totally forgot to do at the beginning, like I normally do my announcements. So Dali and I have been talking to Tamara Morton. I hope I said that right, Tamara, about doing a private Facebook Live for some workshops. So more information will be released on that soon. We're hoping. We're still working out the logistics, so that'll be a nice surprise for everybody, what we're going to be doing. And it will be around the first week of December, talking about workshops. Vasilis from Greece, who I've had the pleasure of taking classes with in Budapest in person with my sister Dali, is doing a free workshop at Memories Paper Art, which is Tamara Morton's group. So if you haven't joined, go ahead and join. It's going to be this Sunday. Now, a lot of people have asked me about, do I have the kits? Yes, I have some stuff, but I bet most of the people that have asked me already have this stuff in their stash. However, if you want the full kit, in terms of the stencil and everything, I'm sold out of the stencil. I actually sold out as soon as I got them in. I have been talking to Dali yesterday and just saying maybe we can order some extra supplies and get kits in, because the Facebook Live will be there. So you can use that Facebook Live to watch, and then once you get your kit, you can go back and do it. And what a brilliant project to do over the Christmas holidays, yeah? I'm sure I'll see most of you there Sunday anyway. Okay, I'm just going to dry this. I can see some of my edges where it's not, I've not put enough down, so I'm just going to come in and finish that off here. And this is the one time I'm going to go in the opposite direction. And anything else I'm not too worried about, because we're going to come in with the, I say I'm not going to be too worried, but here I go. Come in with the crackle paste. Also go around it now. See, this is what happens when you're not well, not paying attention. but I can see where it's lifting. Okay, I think that should be it. Well, it better be. I put my brush and water now. I don't know, that does look like a bigger canvas, doesn't it? Oh, it is a bigger canvas. It's got the circumference of that, but yes, it is bigger. Oh, maybe my senses are working today. Okay, I'm just gonna take this, and as you know, this is how you want to take off your excess rice paper. Make sure it's not this way, make sure it's this way, and you're just gonna go against it like this. And you'll see it comes apart so nicely. Okay, so there we go. That was fast, that was easy. Okay, so here we have it. This is so nice. I just love this rice paper. Oh, thanks, Min. It was a flu shot on Friday. It really did a number on me. It really, really did a number on me. It's taken me a few days to get sorted, and I was just saying, last night at 11 o'clock, I was panicking of what I'm going to do for my Facebook Live. I nearly cancelled it, to be honest, but I thought it might do me some good to actually do something. I'm just going to give this bit more blast. Okay, so the next step that I want to do is I just want to build up my background on this. There's no right or wrong way. I'm not quite sure. I've taken my, as you know, as I mentioned in this one, I used the wolf stamp. And again, they're distress stamps, so you're not going to get a crisp image. But in this one, we're going to go with the bear. So what I've done is I've taken the bear and I've distress oxided him in the two colors, the tumbled glass and the faded jeans. The faded jeans were used more on this one, and this one is a mixture of the faded jeans and the tumbled glass. And I did two because I don't know, I thought this one didn't quite go with it, it was too dark. So I did this one, so I did two. And this one I'm kind of feeling a bit more, but we will see. So I kind of like this one because he stands out, but we'll see because there's some stuff to come on the canvas. So the first thing that I want to do, I mean, you could even have two, it doesn't really matter. Even if you would have like two little bears strolling through, it looks quite cute. So we'll see what we're going to do there. The next step that we're going to do, like I said, as I look here to find my stamping block, the next step that we're going to do is do the layout. How do I want the layout? So I definitely want a shadow of the bear in the background using my stencil. Then I'm going to have like a, let me put these on here. This is how I figure out my layouts, guys. I just use I don't know if it's the right way or wrong way. Sometimes when I don't have anything stamped or ready to go, I need to figure out where this guy's going to go. So I'm just using my stamp acrylic sheet here to just see where I might want to position him, because I'm going to do 3, and one is going to be totally Distress Oxide. The next one's going to be stamped in StazOn, and then my third one will be popped up like this. So I'm just in my head trying to figure out, do I want the bears all literally on top of each other like this? Or do I want them a little bit staggered? So I'm thinking if I bring him over a little bit here, stagger him to about here. Sorry, just put up with my thought process here. And then maybe stagger him. And then I've kind of got like 3 bears walking. So I think around about here is good for me. And then I'm just going to see, he's going to be about here, so there'll be a bigger shadow. Okay, let's just go for it. So I'm not dead set on what color I actually want to do the background. On here I used the Vintage Photo, I believe. Let me see, what was it that I said? Yeah, Vintage Distress Oxide Photo. But I'm almost tempted to go with the Faded Jeans just to see what that looks like. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to wing it and see what it will look like. See if it's too dark or too light. So I'm just going to, it might actually work. Might actually work. I kind of wanted to keep everything kind of bluey. I didn't want to actually bring brown. We do so much with the Vintage Photo or the browns. It's kind of nice to have a bit of a different color, I think. So anyway, I'm going to try with this and we'll see what happens. So you just want to, what you're doing here is you're creating a shadow. And you're just going to create the shadow with your stencil, just like this. That's why it's important to make sure that rice paper is dry underneath, because you're coming on top of it. So, and I haven't done the bear one before, so it'll be interesting. So I think that looks about dark enough. I'm just going to come over it one more time. Good morning, Gloria. Gloria's my alarm. Every morning, without fail, especially Facebook Tuesdays, Gloria's there to wake me up. Pip is my stencil is not new. I might have a couple. If you want it, let me know. I think I might have 1 or 2, unless Dali has them. But it works really well with my bear stamp. I have a wolf one too. That goes with the wolf so it's got this shadow. So let's lift this off and see what it looks like. Oh, he's just scrumptious. Isn't he like the cutest? Okay, so there we go. So there's a bedding. So I know where he is. So now I know he's gonna come about here, just behind him. And then this one will pop up at about here. That's good. I'm happy with that. Okay, happy with that. That's good. But we're not done with the stencil yet. Okay, so the next step that you want to do is you want to come in and stamp with your StazOn. And you want to do the background ghost kind of stamping. The reason because when you start coming in with your crackle, hi Debbie, when you start coming in with your crackle, what will happen is it's hard to get a flat image with your stamp. So I have both of my stays on here. I do not know which one is the new one. I should really write something on these guys. Which one is juicier, which one is not. But I do want a clean image. So now I'm like, uh-oh. So let me just try his foot here. See how that works out. Oopsie daisy. Drop my stamp. Okay, that one doesn't seem very good, so we'll put that one away. Oopsie daisy. Let's try this one. Now again, these are distress stamps, so I'm not looking for a clear, crisp image. Okay, no, it is that first one. Okay, well, let's try it. Let's put this one away. Note to self, make sure I write down which one is a good one, which one is not. So let me just see. He's gonna go about there. He will go about here. Okay, let's do this. See, everything about this is very beginners. There's nothing on that we've done that is not beginners. And let's just hope that this stays on nice and wet and juicy for when I stamp it. Okay, well, let's go for it. I think I've got it in all the nooks and crannies. You do have to give it quite a bit of juice because of the distressedness of this stamp, if distressedness is such a word. Yes, Min, I will put those to a side for you, Han, and thank you very much. So let's come in and put him down. Let's say, I like the shadow on him quite a bit. So let's go for it. And let's hope that the Stays On pad lives up. And I do not know where my sister is this morning. She was sending me pictures this morning, like just before the live. I got a sneaky suspicion she's working on something. Oh, you're welcome, Min, always. Okay, I think that's good. I think that's good. And this is why you want to have a dry... Oh, look at that. Look what happened. He didn't show up. So I'm going to dry this. And let's try that again. So maybe it isn't as dry as, it's not as good as, my pad is not as good as I thought it was. Let's try with a VersaFine. Let's hope that that one works. Oh, what I've done is I've just put so much goop on my stamp, my poor stamp. For Dali, she's 8 hours ahead. So she's at 6:30. I'm just gonna laughing here because I have two Versamark pads too. If anybody's got any tips on how I should keep track of which one's good and which one's bad, tell me now. Okay, let's try this little baby again. And I'm thinking it's because my decoupage is a bit wet still, and my Distress Oxide is still a little bit wet. But look, these are all good examples of what not to do. And the fun of live Facebook. There we go. Okay, I'm feeling much better now. So there he is. And he's so cute in that shadow of himself. Such a big bear. And then he will get popped up at about here. So you can see where I'm going with this. Okay, so I'm just going to dry this. Thank you, Min. Yes, Jill, they did, didn't they, Di? Yeah, Di and Jill, they did go back. Because now I recall Dali telling me about it yesterday. But there he is. I'm so happy I went with the faded jeans and not the brown. Albeit the brown works on this. And really, there's no right or wrong color you can go with. Okay, so now the next thing that you're going to do is let's get some crackling done. So I'm going to take my Universal Crackle Primer here by Pentart. But before I do that, actually, yeah, that's fine. I'll come in with my stamps later. Now, I'm going to brush on my primer. The primer will go on clear, but it will dry slightly glossy. Okay, so that basically all that means is that you can see it, so you know where to bring your crackle primer over it. So we're just going to take a little bit and we're just going to brush it on. It doesn't really matter where you're doing it or how you're doing it. You're just going to brush a little on like this. Now, one thing that I do want to make sure is I want to use my Sentiment Make Christmas Memories, so I want to make sure I'm not really going too much over that. So up here I will leave it a little bit emptier. I don't know what I got in there, but my brush. So just bring this around just randomly. This was just a bit of doing Mixed Media 101, where I was teaching the class how to, a reminder of how Crackle Paste works and how you can do it to enhance your projects. So don't worry if you come over him a little bit, it all adds to your final effect. So I want to come over his little pore a little bit. Now, sometimes I like it where it comes out a little bit more than other areas, so I'm just pulling out some little bit of peak areas here, just because I kind of like to have that not so kind of flush all the way around the edges look. So some areas I'm just pulling out a little bit more. Okay. Okay, so that's it. I don't want to do a lot of the crackling paste. Okay, let's try that. Okay, I'm going to let some of that dry naturally. And what I'm going to do next, because I want to keep my stencil flush, is, and also know where to kind of bring my crackle paste. I just want to see where I want to have my sentiment. I just love this, Make Christmas Memories. And I kind of almost, let's see, where do I have that crackle paste? I kind of almost like it to the side. I don't know. Do I like it there? I don't like it there because I like kind of their heads. I kind of like it here. And I can do some stars and things over here. So what I'm going to be doing with my crackle paste, not my crackle paste, I'm going to let that dry even further naturally. And Di, yes, you're right. She's forgotten all about me. Yeah, she's forgotten all about me. And she messed up because she's usually on the phone with my dad and sister at this time too. And I think what's happened is she's totally forgotten what time it is. But I'm glad you guys ladies didn't. Now I've got something to bug her about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in. I've got my two glitter paste here. I've got the rainbow, which is like the iridescent. And then I've got the silver. But I think the silver will show up better. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go straight ahead. And I'm going to stencil this Christmas memories down. And these are thick stencils, so you don't have to worry about them being too flimsy. So these are perfect when it comes to stenciling sentiments and stuff like that. I know Dali's last demo, she had used the glitter paste too, and that's kind of why this is different than my wolf, because I didn't do any stenciling on it at all. Just want to grab that star there. I kind of like that star at the top here too. So let's grab that too, shall we? And do some little stars down here. Oh, I like that little star here too. And so let's come get him. And we got a couple down here. Okay. Oh, that's so pretty. If I may say so myself. I think people, oh, there we go. Hello, sorry, clock's changed. Yes, Paul, yes. I don't know if that's the truth because Jill and Di remembered. So I don't know. I'm going to have to take you guys up on that after. Yep. So clean your stencil, or as Gail has told me, Mindy, always put a pot there. And I'm like, yes, I will. And then I never do. I'm going to give you a close-up here in a minute of how gorgeous, gorgeous and creamy that stencil paste is. Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous. Look at this. Do you guys see it? And you see how 3D that is? You can see the height of that. And that's the reason I like this stencil, because it is quite thick. But it's just absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so there you have. Oh dear, naughty step. Oh yes, yes, definitely a naughty step, especially for Dali. So I even like it just like this. It's just so pretty. But let's carry on. I'm going to keep admiring my work here. So I think right now I'm going to give it a quick blast just to set that glitter paste. It's okay, Dali, not to worry. You know, I was wondering why you were messaging me all these like 10 photos and stuff. Look what I'm working on, look what I'm doing. As I'm trying to get on Facebook Live, and I'm thinking like, okay, it's 10 o'clock, I gotta get on Facebook Live. And she just keeps on sending me all these messages. Now I know why, but that's okay, hon. I totally get it. I totally understand. And you gotta remember, I'm sleeping when you do yours. So you know what? I really appreciate you being here. I'm just was showing off the glitter paste. I just love it. Okay, so now we're done. And because this is kind of dry, let's now come in with our Pent Art crackle paste. So I've told you before, I've mentioned it, the thinner you go when you put the crackle paste on, the thicker the cracks will be. So you can see here where I've gone really thick and my cracks are quite thick. But then, you know, I've worked it in and I've gone really thin and they're very micro little cracks. So you can see they're kind of random everywhere. And I tend to like to do that. I don't like to have really chunky cracks or just really tiny cracks. So for me, I just work with a palette knife and I just thin it out as I go where I want it to be kind of thin. So I kind of know where this guy is going. And so let's bring in some of the Pent Art crackle paste and let's just put it down and try to find out where all those shiny little areas are. And, you know, some areas will be thicker and some will be thinner. So no right or wrong way. I'm just doing it where I can see where it's... Oh, no, not on his nose, not on his nose. Bad, bad, bad. Poor guy's gonna have no nose left. Oh, thank goodness for that. Okay, so I'm just doing it where the shiny stuff is. Obviously, I was doing it over his nose too. And just kind of go over it. Thicker where you want the cracks to be thicker. And then thinner where you want them to be thinner. Okay, so I want it to come out a little bit thinner there. But on my edges, I want this to be quite thick. So I'm just going to go a little bit thicker here. And then thin it out as I come in a little bit. So just thin it out, but definitely thicker on my sides. Yeah, I like them too, Debbie. I don't like it when it's all kind of one type of crack. I like all kinds of cracks. Don't laugh, people. Obviously, the thicker it is, the more it's going to take to dry. But that doesn't matter because the end look is fantabulous. So I hope you guys can see what I'm doing here. Just want to bring that down a little bit. Make sure it all balances. Just want to thin out some of these areas here. I like that kind of gradual, kind of thin look. Watch his nose. Okay, so let's keep moving around. Make sure I don't disrupt that glitter. Come in and thin it out. I'll thin this area out a little bit, and the reason I'm doing that is because I want it to dry in time for you guys to see how I finish it off. Now he's looking like it's Christmas time, isn't it? It's like icing a cake, this thing. Come around his feet a little bit. Okay, I'm quite happy with where this has gone. Some ebbs and flows at the bottom, a little bit thicker here. Well, that might take some time to dry. Okay, Take a little bit off there because I don't, like I said, want to keep you guys here forever. I'm just gonna pull some out here so we get some really nice thin cracks happening. So that's all I'm doing. I'm just pulling a little bit out so that we can have some of those nice thin cracks. So it's kind of everywhere. And that's where you want to get your stencil down first, so that you kind of know where you're going. Okay, I think I'm good with that, and hopefully it's not too thick that we don't get it to dry. Okay, so now we are at this stage, and you can go in any order. I mean, you can walk away. You know how I like to let things dry, but we're not. We're gonna dry this now. Yay! This is really quite thick in some areas, so thank you for being patient. I can't believe my glitter paste has dried while I've been doing that. This glitter paste is just so nice, so 3D. If you mix some sparkly snow into the crackle paste, would it show when dry? That's an interesting question, Di. I don't know. Dali? I'll pass it on to our expert. If you... No, but I'm wondering if you could do like, what about glitter? Although that was probably not really environment friendly, but glitter might work. I don't know. But yes, now you've given me something else to want to try. But there you have it. And you can see now my cracks are cracked up. My cracks are very random. And this is what I talk about when you can have thick ones and then you slowly transition into really, really little baby ones. I like that look. I like it thick to kind of thin. This one you can really see it. Little thin ones there to big ones. So I'm quite happy with how he's looking. So I keep going back to knowing how I want him to be. And then really, the last step that I want to do is I have some black here. So what I want to do is I'm going to have to introduce some black at some point just for my background, and I want this to pop even more. But I think I'm going to try working with that faded jeans again to see what that, you know, that I'm trying to stay away from the typical vintage colors that we always tend to use. But you want to make sure that this is super dry. Mine seems quite dry. It's not like 100% dry. And all you want to do is you slowly start to want to transition some of this color just very gently over where you've put your crackle paste. And now you can see how gorgeously that is starting to blend in. Thank you, Dai. Thank you. And you can see how really nice that's coming together. And I'm so glad that I stayed away from kind of the brown. So you just very gently just coming over, and you're just going over your crackle paste to give it that gorgeous color. And this, what this basically does, it just ties your whole project together. That's all you're doing. You're just tying your project. So harder on the outside and then gently towards the smaller cracks, okay? And you want to keep some of that white in your crackle paste. You don't want to cover it all, because that's what kind of allows then for your kind of subtleness, but also because it gives you that contrast. That's what's going to allow for that contrast. That's the word I was looking for. So a little bit darker on the outside and then gentle as you come towards the inside. So already you can see how gorgeous that project is looking. Now, what I'm going to do is I am just going to further enhance it, I am going to take my black soot, and I'm just going to come and just bring it in a little bit more. And you can see already what a difference that is making. Okay, so just to kind of finish off my edges. Now this honestly has been totally a beginner's back to basics kind of, anybody can do this. And it doesn't take a lot of products. You can use any stamp, any stencil, distress oxides, distress inks, and you just have this gorgeous little canvas that you've got going on. So I'm gonna bring in, I like the whiteness because the white will now pick up my bear. Okay, so now I could come in and I could do some of my stars. Now I could go two ways. I could do some glitter stars from the stamp set. It's a little star set here. Oh, good, Dali. That's good to know. Hopefully that answers your question, Dai. I'm just gonna come in with a little star stamp from this the bear stamp. And I'm going to just do some stamping with my VersaFine, should have been StazOn. And the reason I'm doing it is because I just want to have that black tie into the back a little bit. So just randomly going to come in and just do a few little stars. And you can already see how that's starting to begin to pop. Okay? So just do some random stars. It doesn't matter if they go over the crackle or if they don't. It's really just have fun with your stamps, right? It's really not going to matter where they go. Do some off. Oh, I'm just doing it with my finger. That's what I love about these acrylic stamps. You bring some down here. He's in a starry night. And that there, just even that much, this really makes it pop. Okay, I'm going to overdo it, so I better stop. Okay, so that's just the little star stamp that comes with the set. Okay, let's put him away so we don't lose it, as I lose it really easily. See, here I go again. I just need one there. Can't help myself. Okay, so there we have it. So we're nearly now finished. So the last thing that you want to do is, if you wanted to, you could come in and do a few more twinkly stars off the stencil. There's nothing wrong with that. And I'm going to leave mine for now. I really like my glitter just showing through. Now there is a blue glitter that you could use, but that blue doesn't quite match this. That was more of a navyish blue. So I'm going to just put some pop dots. Maybe should have got bigger pop dots, because these ones are super tiny. I don't know what I was thinking, not thinking. And let's pop him down. Now, I also have my little glitter snow pen here, because as I was telling everybody earlier, having been sick, I just grabbed a bunch of stuff that I thought I would use. Okay, so now he's gonna come, like he's also walking with them, but kind of behind them. And he's gonna be about here, about there, I think. I don't really want to chop his foot off, but I might have to. Might have to chop his foot off. So he's about there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come in and round off his foot here. And then what we're going to do is just come in with the black soot. And you can't even tell his foot's been chopped off. Okay, now I am actually gonna thinking, let me just see this thing here. This is, I'm talking to myself, guys. I'm just going to, I was going to use my crystal snow pen, but I think what I want to do is actually use my crystal snow paste, because it's a little bit more chunkier than the pen, and I think I might just give him a little bit of snow paste around his feet here, just to brighten this up even more. So he's just plodding through his little snow here. And you can just do this wherever you want and carry on. I just wanted to just add a little bit of snow at the bottom there that he's walking, crunching through. But of course you can do that bigger and better and however you would like. And I think that's it. I think we did pretty good, all of us. I know I have a flock of bears, not a flock of sheep. And, you know, Paul, it's all kind of done with the bear stamp and the stencil. So, yeah, I'm really happy. And, Dali, maybe if you can let me know if you have more of these stencils, that would be great. So, there you have it. My little Christmas bear. It's hard to kind of see the details, but if you look close up, you can actually see how many details there actually are in here. So I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you, Han. I hope you enjoyed this quick demo. Well, not quick demo. Wasn't quick, was it? What time is it? Oh, an hour. Wow, I must have just gone on. But I hope you enjoyed all the detail. I hope you see how easy it is to just take a stamp and really some rice paper, glitter paste, and some crackling paste, and look at all that you can do. Just be creative. This is what this is all about. Simple technique, but I really like it. So as usual, here is the original, and then this is my new one today, just because I wanted to change it up. Hi Wendy, just because I wanted to change up my bear. Okay, and there you can see the stamp, that stamp there with the bear. There you have it. Dali is on tomorrow with her Facebook Live, and then at 11, and then she has her special deals on Thursday. So lots going on. Stay tuned for a new online workshop coming, hopefully in December. I will be posting a new workshop for November the 14th. Some spots are sold out because somebody asked me what I was doing. I showed them, so those spots are gone. I haven't posted it yet, so I better get on it. Thank you, Agile. Thank you, Gloria. Thanks, Dali. Yeah, we all love the cracks, eh? But there you have it. And yeah, I think that's it for announcements right now. I can't think of any other. I'll see most of my ladies on this end on Saturday for the Steampunk Light Up Maiden. But yeah, there you go. I'm gonna go now have some hot tea. Oh, sorry, Wendy. Sorry, Wendy. Sorry, Wendy. Wendy's working. You're such a sweetheart for joining me. Wendy, I did a shout out to you. Thank you for my, see, I'm shouting your name again, for my oval canvases. I just absolutely love them. Look, I just work with them. Just keep, you know, sourcing for me. That's brilliant. But anyway, I'm over and out. Maybe take a couple of paracetamol. And yeah, the shadow is amazing, isn't it, Dali? It really looks like I could have probably 3D popped him up a little bit more dimensionally, but he does. The lighting isn't the best, but I'll try and take some good photos. But look at that glitter paste. I just love. And everything is dry on this, yeah, except for the snow. So it's a quick project that you can even make with the children or whatnot. Okay, I'm over and out, and don't forget Vasilis is doing a free live workshop at Memories Paper Art on Sunday, and it's a most amazing one using the Winter Tales collection from Stamperia. Let me know if there's anything you need for that kit. It's already on Dali's website. Okay, guys, over and out. Thank you, Gloria. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys all next week. Bye.